college football is right around the corner, people, and I know that because the preseason top 25 was released by the Associated Press yesterday. And in the second closest margin ever for the number one position, it is Texas on top. For the first time in school history, is 5 votes ahead of Penn State, who slides in at number 2. And so Heather and Paul join us as they always do. Sir Paul Finebaum, what was your biggest takeaway from the reveal of the preseason rankings yesterday?
Don't be too shocked by this, Greeny, but Ohio State is too high, and Heather, calm down. Alabama is too low. I really think Alabama is a serious national championship contender, and I don't get Ohio State at all, Greeny. I know they won the national championship last year. That has nothing to do with it. They don't have the same team, and that national championship hangover is going to get to them. So we'll take care of it. We'll see that in about 2.5 weeks when Texas gets up there and walks out of that stadium a winner.
That will be fast. It's obviously an incredible opening weekend game. Heather, what do you think? He says Ohio State too high, Bama too low. What do you think?
He's right that Ohio State has a lot of questions and they're too high. Alabama too low, the same Alabama that lost to Vanderbilt and Oklahoma and has a new starting quarterback. See, I would argue they're a little bit too high. This is going to be settled on the field, but Paul, what about LSU and Brian Kelly and Garrett Nussmeier? This is the best team he's ever had. There's no reason for LSU not to contend for the SEC in the national title.
All right, so Heather, with that said, what was your number one takeaway from the first top 25?
Number one takeaway was number 1. Sorry, Paul, but it should be Penn State, not Texas, which is going to lose at Ohio State in the season opener. Penn State has the best team James Franklin has had. Personnel-wise, he will tell you that. That means his coaching staff and his players. 2 of the top coordinators in the country, and Andy Kotelnicki on offense, Jim Knowles on defense. That was probably the best coordinator hire in the country in college football, plus Drew Aller, their running backs, their defense, NFL talent all over the field.
Okay, I want to show everybody, if you believe in history repeating itself, I want to show a trend. This is the 3rd straight season that the highest ranked team in the Big Ten is the number 2 overall team in the preseason AP poll. Let me show you here, because that might actually be good news for Penn State. Look what happened. Michigan was number 2 in the preseason AP poll a couple of years ago, and they won the national title. Ohio State was number 2 in the preseason AP poll last year. They won the national title. So does history repeat itself, Paul? How would you feel if the Big Ten won for the 3 straight national championships, which it has not done since 1940, 41, and 42?
Well, I'm trying to get my foot out of my mouth, Greeny, because I've had a few comments about that. I don't think it's going to happen, but I understand your trend, and I would agree with Heather. I know Sly Goose said a minute ago he's going to counseling. Heather and I are currently in counseling after this preseason squabble that we continue to have. Penn State is excellent. You can't look at Penn State and not agree, but there's just still something about Penn State, and I'm not going to harp on James Franklin anymore. I think he's a very good coach. I just don't think he's a national championship coach, and I don't think he has the it factor that the last 2 guys have been able to do. And I'm talking about Harbaugh and Ryan Day.
Again, it was 1940 through 1942, the last time the Big Ten won 3 straight national titles. Heather, should fans of Paul's beloved SEC be concerned that history could repeat itself this year?
Yes, they should be concerned, and that's simply because there are teams in the Big Ten and the ACC that are good enough to win the national title here. It is harder to stockpile NFL talent no matter what name is on the back of your jersey or the front of your jersey, okay? It's more difficult. You've got Penn State, you've got Clemson. Ohio State could win the whole thing. We're not even talking about Oregon. I mean, Miami is a top 10 team. They've got Carson Beck. If their defense is better, they can contend for it. There's just more teams capable of doing it.
Yeah, it's a brand new era in college football. We will leave it there. Paul and Heather, obviously much more from you as we work our way towards what should be an unbelievable opening weekend. You want this, you got that. No way, watch them walk right past you. Run fast while you have the chance. Don't speak, let them look right at you.